Sonic the Hedgehog, Mega Man. Two iconic video game characters that met and fought together in this comic crossover. And now that it is finished, I like to share my overall thoughts. First, I'll explain how each act fared, and then the story overall. Act 1, which includes Mega Man 24, Sonic Universe 51, Sonic the Hedgehog 48, and Mega Man 25, had a strong opening. It explained how the Doctors met and plotted to take over the worlds, pitted Sonic and Mega Man against one another, and used Sonic's friends to gather Chaos Emeralds. The best thing about this part was the bromance that was established between Eggman and Wily, and who could forget Evil Brofist? The mandatory crossover fight and the setup was enjoyable for the most part. I still think Mega Man's a cheater when they reached his world, but I understand what they were going for. In Sonic's world, the Hedgehog used his speed and the terrain to his advantage. And in Mega Man's world, the robot used items and support units to his advantage. The blue heroes discover they can reverse the Doctor's handiwork by, and I'm gonna get shot by this, the super awesome power of teamwork! And it's convenient that Tails was restored because Dr. Light was kidnapped by Bass and Metal Sonic, and Tails can pick up the technical slack. Jamal Peppers does a great job with characters, and it helps that he worked in both universes before. Ryan Jampol had to step up near the end because Peppers ended up in the hospital, and I do have to say, not bad for his first time drawing Sonic characters. Act 2, which includes Sonic Universe 52, Sonic the Hedgehog 249, Mega Man 26, and Sonic Universe 53. I consider this the weakest story arc, but I still enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the journey through the Skull Egg Zone, a world filled to the brim with level gimmicks and enemies from both series. I also enjoyed the subplots on the Wily Egg involving the bromance losing steam and the Dr. Light Rouge sabotage, but there are things that bothered me a little, and one of them were the fights with the roboticized masters. It's more like the pacing of the fight. On one hand, there should have been a little more struggle. Once Tails modified Rock's Buster to shoot Spin Dash Blast, the roboticized masters became somewhat of a joke. Though I admit the Chaotix fight and the fight with Knuckles Man and Rose Woman were the overall best. On the other hand, I understand the pacing issue because 1. There is limited space to tell a story. Take away all the ads, and that leaves only 20 pages for actual content. And 2. Fans of a certain character would want that character to be back in action. At least Mega Man gets new powers out of the deal. This arc was penciled by Tracy Yardley, who at that point only had experience with the Sonic universe, and it shows. The Sonic characters look good, the Mega Man characters, At least it improved as the arc went on, and it's better than Tracy's early drawings of the Mega Man characters. Oh boy. Act 3, containing Sonic the Hedgehog 250, Mega Man 27, Sonic Universe 54, and Sonic the Hedgehog 251, had a strong conclusion. There was an all-out war, and it was glorious. There was also attempted murder, the crumbling of an evil bromance, and chances for characters to shine. I mean, come on! How often do you see Dr. Light, of all people, fashion himself a Mega Buster to shoot Robot Masters? Then we have your stereotypical storming the Flying Fortress, and I have to agree with Mega Man here, Sonic. The fortress interior is reminiscent of Mega Man games. Dr. Wily did design the interior defenses, by the way, complete with end-of-the-stage bosses. Now we have heroic reinforcements all over the place, and this epic final battle. The ending itself, as I said in my Part 12 review, I'm glad it's not entirely sunshine and roses. Ben Bates was responsible for drawing this act, and like Jamal Peppers, he has had experience in both universes, and I think he's the best of the group. So my final thoughts. Is this the best thing since sliced bread? Not really. It's not exactly Shakespeare either. It's more likely a one-time meeting of two iconic game characters, and I enjoyed the journey. Other people might like the story, others might hate it for a number of reasons, including how the story interrupted the other comic stories, or they're not a fan of a certain franchise. There might have been those who weren't fans of both, but picked up an issue out of curiosity, and this crossover may have generated new fans. The fan spectrum is everywhere. Fans of both series like myself enjoy picking up references and nods, and I'm still finding things like this, for example. The weapon Mega Man gets from Rouge Woman, Black Wave, is a nod to her special move in Sonic Adventure 2 that stuns and disorients enemies. Also, when the doctors got the Egg Wily Machine X online, the readings were at 251%, a nod to the issue Sonic 251. The covers. Each of the normal covers were done by veteran Sonic Mega Man artist Spaz. Now, I said normal because each issue had at least one variant cover. Some were drawn by Spaz, others were done by Jamal Pepper, Tracy Yardley, Ryan Jampol, and Ben Bates. Guess Archie wanted to milk this crossover for what it's worth, and for me, it worked. I bought all of them except the San Diego Comic-Con variant. I just wasn't in the mood for that one for some reason. I recommend reading this entire arc, and I don't care how you get it. Comic book stores, online comic shops, digital apps. You have to experience it at least once. And if you have already experienced it, either through my reviews or picking up the issue yourselves, well, go ahead, share your thoughts in the comments. I welcome it. So thank you, Paul, Ian, Jamal, Ryan, Tracy, Ben, and colorist Matt Herms and Ben Hunziker. Don't want to forget you guys, Sega, Capcom, and Archie for making these two game series meet in some fashion. A game might make things better, but we can all still dream, can't we? I'm still not done reviewing the Sonic and Mega Man comics, not by a long shot. We still have to go back to Mega Man's world, where he has to deal with the cosmic horror, Raw Moon. And we still have to see the fallout for Sonic's world, how it changed. So, until then, well, stay tuned. And I also need to get back to reviewing Sonic comics of the past, so stay tuned for an announcement about that. So, until then, folks, hope we had fun during this crossover, and have a good day now.